How's it going, everyone? Mad Spartan here, and today I'm bringing you a very simple guide once again for how to get a new summon. So, like, for example, right? So everyone should have this guy. It's the first boss you beat, you turn into him. Pretty cool. You know, you have different moves with him and all that. Now, what if I told you that there's another character you can use? In my opinion, I think it's a little bit better depending on the use. Like, if you have a very tanky boss, I would say he's very good. What you're going to want to go is in Chapter 2 into either Squall Hideout Incense, or depending on the way that you came from, because I actually came from the opposite direction. I think it's Rockrest Flat. Yeah, if you have the Rockrest Flat one or the Squall Hideout, you're pretty much identical to where you are. The Rockrest Flat is on the other side, so basically it's going to be opposite of this. So to get a brand new summon, just to, you know, expand your roster a little bit, just to see if you have more options. You know, it's not the most useful summon, but I think it's more of, it's definitely really cool, and he'll be able to tank a lot of hits for you. So we're going to go down here. We're going to go past all these guys. And you're going to start to hear a little bit of dialogue from this guy.
Some bastard has got me trapped on this rock with his spell. He's gonna lock the light. There's a rock.
Get rid of this guy first so we can actually, like, hear it.
Way out. In that cave, there's a rock guy lurking.
So you're going to exhaust the dialogue here. That little chanting, that's from a completely different quest, so we're not going to do that. We're going to do this one first. Okay. So after you've exhausted the dialogue, we're going to go towards this cave here. So we're going to have to go here and kind of get to a higher level. Has a little boss fight to it, but trust me, the boss fight isn't horrible. Most people will not have an issue. I'm going to heal up a little bit just to prepare for it. And also resets all the enemies so we're able to run right through them. Okay. So what he's asking us to do is we need to put a soul, or we have to destroy the mother of these guys. These, like, weirdos. Those guys. The boss fight is pretty simple. All you're gonna do is attack her while she summons those to fight for her. So it's just a lot of, like, running around with a lot of enemies chasing after you. It gets a little annoying at times, but we'll get to it in a second. I'm gonna go this way, and then the other incense is gonna take you that side. So you're gonna end up coming here. You're gonna take the right or the left depending on which way you came from. We're going to run right through these guys because we don't want to deal with any of them. So over here is where the boss fight is going to be. It's a little annoying because you have to maneuver through a lot of people. Might be ideal to destroy this one because they are very annoying. Okay. So basically to start the boss fight, you're just going to immediately start hitting her. I definitely recommend getting rid of, like, the ones that are around. Like, this also happens to be a spirit that you guys are going to be able to get after. Now we're officially ready for the boss fight after killing a few people. There's no way to hit these guys as they before they come out to make the fight easier. You're gonna just have to kind of deal with it. As you can see, you're doing a ton of damage to her, but she's gonna summon these things to attack for her. After you kill all of them, you'll have like a set amount of time before she'll summon more. Like, I believe the order goes, she'll summon one, and then she'll summon another one, and then after that, she'll start summoning 2 at a time. They have a pretty simple moveset. It's very, like, slow. As you can see, like, there's plenty of time to react to things. I want to down him when we're near her, so we can get as much time as possible. Okay. So should have spawned 2 now. Wow, they are really doing the same move! Very embarrassing if I get down to these guys. Might have to deal with one more wave after this. You could even just bypass them and then just attack her, but makes it a little bit easier, you don't have to worry. So, like I said, pretty easy boss fight, just like that, and if any enemies are spawned while you do that, they do die immediately after. So, after we have that, the spirit that we've gotten from her, we are going to go back to the guy that's trapped into the floor. We're just going to, just give me 1 second, we're going to take this real quick. Okay, so after you get back, we're just going to drop down here. Probably should get rid of this person first, just because these ones are so annoying. Just sucks because now they come back. Okay, now we don't have too much health, but we should be okay. Now we're gonna talk to this one, and we're gonna put the soul inside of him. But now you actually find out that he's a villain, so you gotta beat him. I'm gonna summon all my clones to take care of this. Okay. And after you beat him, you're gonna find out that he's actually a coward, and he's gonna go right back into the floor. And now that you've gotten him back into the floor, you're gonna be able to take the spirit back from him and obtain a pretty good summon from it. So you're gonna see here, we're gonna go back to the incense and we're gonna test that out a little bit. Obviously, off first glance, it's not gonna be the best. It's just not. But you guys are gonna see. Okay, now that we've equipped it, we're gonna kind of go into an area that has a lot of enemies, and you guys are gonna see it has a specific role. You're gonna see, and the fact that it's really tanky, it has a ton of health, and even its stamina is a lot longer than the other summon, because you're kind of meant to just tank damage. So as you can see here, we turn into one of these things, right? Not much of a moveset. You're pretty slow. Your square is just a simple headbutt. Your triangle is kind of like a run and dive. And you're gonna see as you gain your hits, you're gonna gain your rock fall, right? So we're gonna right. So off first glance, it's not great. But look, that rock fall ended up killing both the people that were around me. Or maybe it killed one and then made the other one like an inch of health. Now, I've used this summon on other boss fights, like on my friend's account, just to test it out to see like if it was worth making a video about. And I'm here to tell you guys, it is a really, really good summon. Obviously, your movement speed is low. You know, we'll reset again just so you guys can see it. Your movement speed is really low, yes, but you're meant to be taking hits. Like, I was using it on multiple boss fights. I used it on the Stone Guardian, and pretty much you're just going to be spamming your headbutt here while you're taking your hits. And when you take your hits, you build up your ultimate move relatively quickly. If you do need to move somewhat distance, you can press triangle, charge it. You're gonna see you do run pretty far. You know, obviously it's nothing crazy considering other summons, but it is really good. You're gonna have Skull Crusher here, which is your other ultimate move. See how instead of you wanting to use moves to build up your ultimate move, you can just let yourself get hit here. So obviously this is against another one that doesn't do too much damage, but even when you're fighting like a boss, it's still gonna be doing relatively good. And the best part about Rockfall is it's a double hit. So you're going to jump up, you're going to hit them, you're going to knock back any boss in the game. And then you do one more hit at the end, which is another knockback. Most of his moves have guaranteed knockback. I would assume maybe something as simple as like the headbutt, maybe on like really big bosses won't knock back. But you're meant to be just tanking hits. Obviously your regular moves aren't going to do too much damage. Your triangle does decent damage, but it's all about that ultimate move, which you could argue is the case for any of the summons. That ultimate move is going to be your trump card. It's going to be what gets you through it. But this one just kind of has a unique way of doing it. Like, you're meant to have a crap ton of health. You're meant to tank hits. Like, you're kind of just meant to be a big body and just let these bosses do what they want to you while you take basically no damage from it. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Just a simple summon, you know, and for those of you that don't think it's a good idea, you know, if you want to keep using the flame guy, I know that later on in the chapters you get some guy with like a big sword. I know that he's great. But this video in essence isn't to show you like how good the summon is, because obviously, yeah, it is for a certain degree, but it's more to show you that like on first glance you're not going to like it. It's going to be kind of crappy. You're going to turn to something else, but there is potential in this summon. I've used it, you know, like when I was watching my friend play, he was still in like chapter 2, chapter 3. And when we would take turns fighting bosses, like I would purposely switch to this summon to see its utility, and I can comfortably tell you guys that it has a ton of utility. So much utility, in fact, that I'm probably only going to be using this summon for the rest of my run. No matter what people say about it, it has potential. It has a crap ton of health, it can tank anything, and that ultimate move is ridiculous. Instant knockback, like it's just paired with other moves, like you could pair it with a 3 focus heavy attack to knock back again. Like, you could have like a 4-5 string knockback, especially with this summon. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Very easy side quest. The boss fight was pretty easy. Both boss fights were pretty easy. And you get an underappreciated summon, I would say, is the best way to put it. You know, I'm gonna just say like for now, because I know people did it a lot when I did like my Gulk rank up for Marvel. There's no need to say how bad it is in the comments. There's just no reason to. You know, if you have a valid thing, like, well, he doesn't do this, this, and this, and these do this, this, and this, so I'm going to lean more towards that. Like, just having like a civil conversation about it is viable. But for just someone to be like, this is horrible, this is garbage, like, you know, clearly you're not watching the video, because I told you, I think it's very undervalued. It has a lot of potential. You know, I wasn't able to show it in a boss fight for this, but it doesn't take any damage from anything because it's a rock, so it has insane resistance. So you build up your ultimate move, and I'm sure even just like brainstorming here, you could probably just let yourself get hit and get 2 ultimate moves out of it and not have to spend any stamina doing it. Like, you know, the opportunities are endless for this.